Good evening, Facebook and YouTube friends. Give me just a minute and we are going to get started. All right. Welcome. Thank you very much for attending this evening. Here we are, Wednesday, 7 p.m. I am actually located in southeastern Michigan, and looks like we're getting a little bit of snow today. So a little bit colder outside. So we just can't seem to get it right. Yesterday, not a bad day. Today, a little slippery, sliding out there. All right. Give me just a moment, and we are about to get started. Okay, let's just jump right into it. My name is John Collins. Welcome to my webinar, Down Payment Assistance Programs and Grants. I'm going to show you how to tap into free money to purchase with zero down anywhere in America. These programs are plentiful. So this evening, I promise you a few things. Number one, there is no sales pitch here. I am not here to sell you anything. I'm going to give you all the free tools and exposure that you need to tap into different down payment assistance programs and grants. Most of the people that we work with, 70% of the people can work with all of the free items that we're going to give you this evening. Every now and then, people need some special coaching, and that's what we're here for. So we're going to walk you right through it. So tonight we're going to give you access to our application or website on our application, which will give you 2,500 programs across America, giving you grants, down payment assistance programs, just thousands of ways to purchase with zero money down. We're also going to give you the qualifications, what it typically takes to get approved for a lot of these programs. In addition, we're going to give you briefly show you how we structure some of these deals to get in with just a few $1,000s out of pocket. So when I say zero down, I mean zero down. But what we typically have to do is we have to tackle closing costs and things like that. So that's typically where the 2,000 comes from. Depending upon where you are looking, I always tell people plan on 1% of the purchase price. So if you've got a $400,000 house, it could be about $4,000 out of pocket. So we're also going to show you how to find good quality homes. Okay, we want to make sure. A lot of people think that we can tap into fixer-uppers. Doesn't Fixer-uppers don't really work all that well. And we're going to show you how to get good, free, quality experience representation that will help you every step of the way. I always tell people follow my steps, and we can get you there regardless of credit. So just to give you some of the success stories, this is one that's near and dear to my heart. We're going to give you a good maybe 4 or 5 different success stories this evening. This first one is Emily. Emily actually purchased a home in Detroit. Met Emily about a year ago. She purchased a home for $117,000. At the time of closing, we were able to get her dialed into a $25,000 down payment assistance program, a 3% gift program, and a grant for $5,000 and an additional grant for $500. So all in, Emily received $33,134 to purchase her home in Detroit. So great quality brick home. Very happy to have met Emily. She's been certainly a blessing in my life and has certainly taught me quite a bit over the past few months. So who is tonight designed for? Well, I always tell people these webinars and what I do really are for people that are tired of renting. And I get it. A lot of people have heard promises before. I'm not here to promise you the moon and the stars. I'm here to give you a clear path to home ownership using down payment assistance and grant programs. And we're going to go over some of the success stories. We've got a few for you in just a moment. One thing I do want to stress, there is no magic here, okay? These are programs that are tried and true, and they are heavily funded, and there's money available right now. So I always tell people, imagine if you just did a little bit of work, because there's not a lot more work than doing the traditional route with putting a lot of money down. But imagine if you did qualify for these and you never had to move again, because chances are, if you are renting, you're probably going to move again. So, with that being said, give me a feel. What holds you back? What's holding you back from purchasing? Is it income? Is it credit? Is it assets? Let me know in the chat box, and we'll kind of shed a light on some of those. Here's another success story. Here's one where Nate purchased this home in Highland, Michigan. He actually purchased it for $260,000. We were able to get him into a $14,000 forgivable down payment assistance program, and he was able to qualify for a solar package at the same time. So very, very happy for Nate. Okay. You know what? I just want to make sure I've got one going on here. Let me make sure you know what? I think I have to make one change on my screen. Excuse me. And got it. Sorry about that, Facebook and YouTube friends. Here we go. There is the screen. Okay, you should be able to see that now. Let's just double check this. Let me stop that and share. That's good. I apologize, but it looks like my okay, there we go. Sorry, Facebook and YouTube friends. There you go. You should have the screen right now. All right. So next one, next success story I want to share with you. Here is Kenneth. Boy, I met Kenneth about probably 6 months ago, and actually he called me from his barber's chair. His barber actually told him about me and how I help connect people with different down payment assistance programs. At the time I first talked to Kenneth, he was actually being evicted. His friend who had a lease in his name moved out, and his landlord said, hey, sorry, your name's not on the lease, you got to go. And that kind of set things in motion. So rather than we'll ever want to be put in that situation again, we were able to get Kenneth pre-approved for a $10,000 down payment assistance program through the state of Michigan. And the nice thing about that is that it's free use of the state's money. So Kenneth is actually on a fixed income, Social Security income, and we were able to get him qualified to purchase this home. So very, very happy for Kenneth. And then last person I want to share with you, Shannon purchased this home several months ago. Shannon actually purchased a home. It's a few blocks from where she works. She actually works in the Detroit area, 8 Mile in Wyoming. Shout out to the Kroger there. Several people I've been able to help on this down payment assistance programs and grants at that 8 Mile in Wyoming Kroger. And we were able to find a house within a few blocks because Shannon just doesn't care to drive. So don't blame her in this crazy world, but we were able to get her a home with no money down, and all she needed was $2,000 at closing. So very, very happy for Shannon. So what is my goal for you this evening? My goals are to give you the knowledge and the confidence that you can actually pull this off and get things done. And more importantly, schedule a clarity call or a strategy call with me so we can learn your situation and put you on a path to home ownership. Whether it's going to be 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, that doesn't matter to me. We got to start a plan now and we'll figure it out. So one last success story here. Tashiana purchased this one on Rosemont. She tapped into $25,000 from the city of Detroit. So we were able to use 20,000 of it for the down payment, 5,000 for the closing costs. She was able to get in with about, I think, $1,000 due at the time of closing. So very, very happy for her. So the main things that we want to do this evening is dispel some of the myths that are out there. There are a lot of common beliefs that you need money, you need credit, or you need a good fixed income. or that you can't finance a house on a fixed income, I should say. So, but I'm telling you, money is the easiest part. Okay, lots of programs out there, lots of grants and down payment assistance money. I always tell people never let money hold you back. And a lot of people think that they need to have good credit. You don't need perfect credit. Okay, you just need good enough credit for whatever program we're going for. So don't let your credit score define you. In fact, I actually help quite a few people with credit. So don't be surprised if you get an email in the next few days with regards to my credit repair webinars. So let me put this in the chat box right now. And let me get this out here for my Facebook friends too. Whoops. Okay. Okay, here is a link to my credit repair webinar. Just pick it up in the chat room, register there. I do that this Saturday, 9 a.m. We're going to show people how to get their credit scores up 60 points in 60 days. I routinely help people tap into these programs to achieve their home buying goals. The only thing I ask for you is that you just give me a little bit of love on the review side. So please, I'm going to give you a link to my review page. So if you could please do me a favor and go out here, and there we go. Click that link right there. That's all I'm asking this evening. Click the link, give me a review, give me your honest feedback. Love helping people connect with these programs. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So first thing I want to talk to you about, what is the difference between a down payment assistance program and a grant? They always get confused. So grants are typically free money. If there's money out there and it's a grant, sometimes you have to live in the house for 1, 2, 5, 3 years. Sometimes they're free right at the time of closing, but think of grants as free money. Now, down payment assistance programs come in a few different types or varieties. One could be they give you down payment assistance, you live in the home a certain period of time, you get to keep all the money. Sometimes they have repayment terms, and sometimes they want the money paid back when you sell the house or pay a loan off. So those are the different types of down payment assistance programs out there and how they relate with regards to down payment assistance versus grants. All right. Now here, number one, pay attention here because this is an important part this evening. I'm going to take you to our link. It's nodownpayment.app. Again, I'm going to put this in the chat right now. nodownpayment.app. And what this does, this application is going to give you access to all of the down payment assistance and grant programs that are out there. So you can put any address in the country in here, and it's going to spit out the amount of programs that you qualify for. So I'm going to use a sample house here. I'm going to pick out 16801 Lamphere in Detroit. Reason being, this is the house where I grew up. 48219. There it is. So it tells you just by entering this address, 21 different programs. Crazy amount. So lots of money out there. Also, let's pick out another one. I'm going to go out to, let's just say, let's go to Redfin. Great real estate site to go to. Let's say we're looking in, let's try, let's take a look for an address, and let's try Los Angeles, California. Perfect. We're just going to pick out an address here, and let's zoom in. And boy, there's nothing cheap out here, that's for sure. Let's try to find something here. $950,000. Here's a house at 211. Okay. 2011 South Point in Los Angeles. Let's try that one. And we're going to go back here. we're going to try this other address just for the fact that I get a lot of people that are like, hey, what about other areas of the country? So let's try it out. There we go. 42 programs available in Los Angeles. Crazy amounts of money in some other states. I'm just going to enter my generic information. So all you got to do is enter your information, get program details, and this is going to be emailed to you instantly. Let me go back here and I will pull up what you are going to get. Here it is, right here. All right, so you can see the address, right? 2011 South Point View Street, Los Angeles, California. Qualifies for 41 homebuyer assistance programs. One of these programs is currently giving $161,000, a tremendous amount of money. And you can go through all of the programs. California Housing Finance Agencies giving 20% in combined down payment assistance. Okay. Federal home loans giving $32,000. A lot of these are 500. Los Angeles County Development Authority has 100,000. Just tremendous amounts of money that are available. Here we go. City of Los Angeles Low Income Purchase Assistance Program, 161,000. If you didn't qualify for that one, look at this. Moderate income in Los Angeles, 120,000. Habitat for Humanity, Greater Los Angeles, 100,000. So no shortage of money available in Los Angeles. And this plays across the country. So just enter an address wherever you're located, and I guarantee you, you will be surprised at the programs that are available. What I always tell people, once you get that type of information, now we need some help. So reach out to us. We're going to help you connect with those programs and get you pre-approved for those grants and down payment assistance programs. So very, very powerful tool, and you will find that at the nodownpayment.app. That's nodownpayment.app. We'll go right back here. There you go. All right. Next thing we want to focus on here. What are the qualifications for some of these programs? Well, most of these programs do have some income restrictions, so keep that in mind. More often than not, they want to make sure that your income they're very generous. So for example, I think in LA, it might go up to $200,000 or more, but you'll find that some of them might be 80% of the area median income. Some might be 120% of the area median income. It changes from program to program. So please reach out to me. Happy to pin that down for you so you don't get too excited for something until you know you're going to qualify for it. So as far as income, they do need to verify income for 2 years. So doesn't mean you need to be on the same job for 2 years. They just need to see a 2-year history. So W-2s, no problem. That's easy. If you are 1099 or self-employed, they will be asking for tax returns. Most of these programs have what they call debt to income ratios. So they don't want to see your more than 45% of your income going to your new house payment and your overall debts. And when I say overall debts, I mean debts that are showing up on your credit report, like credit cards, auto loans, student loans, things like that. Okay. With regards to credit, there are minimum credit score requirements for many of these. Now, some of these programs have no credit score restrictions. So those we have to search and hunt for a little bit. But I will let you know on our clarity call what scores are needed for each particular program. But for the most part, as long as your scores are above 580, we typically have some options for you. Now, the higher your credit scores are, the more programs we could possibly qualify for. The biggest thing that typically holds people back are recent late payments or recent collections. So they don't like to see late payments within the past few months. Okay. If you do need help on that side, here is a link to my credit repair webinar this Saturday at 9 a.m. It's credit.nodownpaymentrequired.org/home. Okay. All right. Next thing, assets. Okay. So your assets just need to be a couple $1,000s. Okay. Typically, like I said earlier, 1% of the purchase price. If you're looking at a $500,000 house, plan on having about 5,000. Okay. So, and that 5,000 more often than not is going to go to possibly covering some of your closing costs. These programs will 100% take care of your down payment. Now, when it comes to the properties do have to be in habitable condition. Okay. So I say good habitable conditions. It has to have an operating heat source. You got to have a functioning kitchen and bathrooms, things like that. So if these houses are gutted or need a tremendous amount of work, they're probably not going to qualify. Okay. Now, how do we structure these types of programs? Well, I'm going to give you an example here. This is a house typically in Michigan. We do have some areas where we can get homes as little as $150,000. So on this fictitious house, let's just say, for example, your taxes are $2,000 a month. So your or $2,000 a year, excuse me. So your closing costs might total $2,000. Your homeowner's insurance might be $1,500. Your title insurance might be $1,200. So your total closing costs might be close to $7,000. Now, if the down payment on this house is $5,250, the total purchase price is pushing close to $12,000. If we get a down payment assistance to cover 10, that means you're only going to need $2,000 out of pocket. Now, the cool part is, let's just say your costs come in at $15,000, and let's say you're buying a $300,000 house and your costs come in at $15,000, and we're only going to have 10. Well, we can actually ask the seller to pay some of your closing costs. And if that isn't going to work, there are ways that we can get lender credits to help cover some of your closing costs. So there are a lot of levers for us to pull and buttons to push to get you in with very little money out of pocket. Every program's different. Every house is different. Every situation is different. But that's what we're here for. We're here to help you structure these transactions to get you in with very little money out of pocket. My goal ultimately is to make sure that we connect people with good quality houses and try to keep as much money in the customer's pocket as possible, so maybe they can go in and do that coat of paint, maybe replace the carpet, things like that. Okay. I find that people get the good quality houses that don't have, I hate to say it, but lipstick. There's a lot of houses out there that have a lipstick on them. So, and there's no sense paying for lipstick. I'd rather see you get a good quality house and then put those finishing touches on yourself. So, for example, where I am, $150,000 house right now is drilling down to a house payment of about $1,300 a month. In my neck of the woods, that's the equivalent of an apartment right now. So, for the same price or less of what you would pay to get into an apartment, you can actually buy a $150,000 house. So crazy numbers out there. All right. Next thing I want to talk to you about, how we find these homes. Well, I always tell people it's never too early to start looking. I mean, Redfin's a great source to go out to. Go out there, take a look, find houses. Just make sure that they are in good habitable condition. Now, the market is starting to shift a little bit. It's not the seller's market that once was out there for, gosh, the past 10 years, it feels like. I'm finding that buyers are able to actually start to negotiate more. We're still seeing homes that are brand new to the market, still getting a lot of eyeballs, more eyeballs than I'm surprised with, just for the fact that I don't see as much quality inventory hitting the market. But I do find that there is still a wave of people that flock to all the new inventory and still tend to run those prices up a little bit more than they should. And as a result, we're finding that those deals are falling apart 2 to 3 weeks down the road. Not all of them, but I'd say 20 to 25% of those deals are falling apart. Why? Because people are waking up and realize they might have overpaid for them. maybe the home's not as in good a shape as what they once thought after the inspection. Maybe there's some deferred maintenance. Maybe the taxes are too high. I'm running into a lot of tax issues lately. Or maybe there's some assessments. The nice thing, or what I tell people to do, is to focus on the items or the inventory that's been out there for 2 to 3 weeks. Chances are the sellers are going to be a little bit more flexible. If it's a house that was sold and came back on the market, don't think it's anything to do with the house. It could be one of those reasons I mentioned earlier. So again, not a bad idea to take a look at them. Give me a shout. I'm always happy to take a deep dive and give you my input and opinion as to why these things are priced the way that they are. Now, as far as looking at houses online, I always tell people, when you're looking at houses, please look at those images closely. Take a look at the roof. Make sure that roof looks like it's got some life left in it. Look at the ceilings in the rooms. Make sure there's no watermarks on the ceilings. Make sure the floors look straight. If there's basements, oh my gosh, the basement for me, that always tells the story. You give me a house with a good dry basement that's no cracks in the foundation and a good roof, and your chances are you're sitting on usually a pretty decent house. All right. So with regards to experience, I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of programs out there and a lot of lenders out there. The thing is, not all lenders do all programs. You'll find a lot of lenders might do one or two of the programs. So when we did that search earlier and it's 40 programs surfaced, chances are you might find one lender that might do 2 or 3 of those programs. They're not going to do all of them. So my job is to connect you with the lender that's going to yield you the most amount of money. And if we can find the lender that can stack 2 or 3 programs together, oh my goodness. Remember some of the people I showed you earlier? We were able to stack 2 or 3 programs together and get them in with very little money out of pocket. And in some cases could hit 3 grants and a down payment assistance program. So but the thing is, you got to know how to stack those programs. So I always tell people, when it comes to connecting with the lender, please let me make that introduction for you. And there's several reasons for that. Number one, we want to make sure we connect you with the right lender, first of all, that's going to yield you typically a few options, okay? Some of these programs have limited amounts of money, okay? So what we don't want to do is we don't want to get you and your family excited for a move and then pull the rug out because one program's out of money. So we want to always have a plan B and even a plan C. Now, sometimes we can add all of these programs together, but for the most part, we want to make sure that you are working with a lender that we can hold accountable. So please let me help you and make that introduction for you. That way I can share your story, keep the lines of communication open, and have some accountability when the hiccups pop up, because there's always hiccups. There's always a bump or two in the road. That's the way it is. Okay. If there were no bumps in the road, you would need lenders. They would just give you money. So, but that's not the world we live in. So you gotta prepare for those hiccups. They're usually minor. I mean, there's very few things that I haven't seen. So most of the time I can prep you for it, what hiccups will be down the pike, so you're not surprised when they surface. So the other thing is, and I didn't introduce myself earlier, my name is John Collins. I'm actually a realtor, okay? I have spent, over 20 years in the mortgage world. That's how I learned to tap into these programs. And it really, for me, the epiphany started about 10 years ago after a financial meltdown from a mortgage business and title business that I'll spare you the details this evening on that. But just the same, I had a financial reset where I had to start over and left the industry for a couple of years. And when I came back, I was purchasing a home and I actually qualified for down payment assistance programs. And for whatever reason, the loan officer did not put me in those programs. It still irks me a little bit today, but by him making that decision is what brings me where I am. And I love what I do. I love connecting people with these down payment assistance programs and grants. So my job is to identify all the programs for you that you qualify for. and find the best ones that are going to fit for your situation, help you structure those transactions, and even help you and your agents negotiate those transactions and create the most favorable terms for you and your family, and help you navigate all the way through to that final mortgage approval. But more importantly, keeping your numbers in line at closing. Can't tell you how many times people, I know it sounds crazy, but I'll tell people when I tell them it's going to be whatever, $3,000 out of pocket, I mean it. And if it's not there, I will do whatever it takes to get it there. Okay. With the absence of something crazy that somebody doesn't tell me, most 99% of the time, those numbers come right in. But, every now and then I'll be a rare occurrence. Actually, I had somebody a couple of months ago where their numbers came in $500 off. And oddly enough, she just didn't have the money for it. So I called on the lender and myself, and we kicked in and we got it done, got her across the finish line. So it's all about keeping people accountable. Okay. Things happen. I get that. It's just that when things do happen or don't go according to plan, you just have to step up and get it done. It's not about me. It's not about the house. It's about you and your family and getting you across the finish line. And, as a result, that person has already sent me a couple referrals. So stay true to your words and you will find good things happen in life. So anyways, so experience, in my opinion, is 100% what gets things done in this space. Now, got a couple of programs for people that are here in Southeastern Michigan, because I always get a lot of people from this area. I'd like to give you my quick top 5 programs that I like to work with right now. Number 5, MSHDA is offering a $10,000 down payment assistance program through the state of Michigan. Just need a 640 credit score and you get free use of the state's money. Number 4, rural development. Hey, if you're buying outside the Detroit metropolitan area, there are RD loans. These are available across the country where you can buy with no money down. Credit scores as low as 580. Great way to buy a house. Oh, by the way, number 5, I told you that was the Michigan State Housing Development Authority. Guess what? There are housing development authorities or housing commissions in every state. So these programs are nationwide. First State Bank is currently giving $7,500 down payment assistance and closing cost money. Actually, Flagstar Bank just hit my radar today. Has somebody go there. They are offering $7,500 free money. Number 2 on my list, Guild Mortgage has a 0 down FHA loan for credit scores. Just all you need is a 600 credit score. You're in. Great program. And number 1 program, Flagstar has a destination home program available in several areas in the country. No money down, conventional loan with no mortgage insurance. Great way to buy a house. Right now, my top pick is one program that I've got a couple of deals, probably about a half a dozen going on right now, the Harris Tobias program. If you are in the Detroit area, specifically inside Detroit, in one of these zip codes, you can qualify for up to $75,000 in down payment assistance. Just closed somebody it was last week. She qualified for $75,000. Purchase price was $187,000. So it took her loan amount down to whatever, 110,000, whatever that number works to, 112,000. Her payments are going to come in, I think it was like $900 a month, same price as a 1-bedroom apartment. So the Harris Tobias program, certain zip codes in Detroit, if you're looking in the city, please reach out to me. Not a ton of money left on this program. And actually, this is the one deal last week. Purchase price $187,000. Her final loan amount only ended up being $70,000. I forgot the seller actually gave her a gift of equity because the seller was actually her landlord. Incredible pay it forward scenario. So here are some pictures of it. Here's myself in the upper right-hand corner, along with Deborah. And on the right is LaDon. LaDon was the owner of the house. LaDon was her landlord, and LaDon promised to sell her the house at a discounted rate several years ago. And being a man of his word, he actually gifted her money to put towards the down payment to take her loan amount down to only $70,000. Look at that. I forgot it wasn't 900. It was $700 where her payment came in, $716. So she qualified for a $43,000 down payment, excuse me, $73,000 down payment assistance program, $41,000 gift of equity from LaDon, and she received 4% seller concessions to cover her closing costs. So absolutely ecstatic for Deborah. That was actually one of the special moments of the year for me. So and it's still early in the year, so crazy. So here we are recapping this evening. We've been over. I've showed you actually not 2,500 programs and grants that are currently available. We touched on the qualifications for these programs and how to structure these deals to get in with very little money out of pocket, and how to find good quality homes, and most importantly, how to get free quality experience representation. So where do we go from here? I always tell people the next step is we got to schedule a call. Okay. So we can book a call, nodownpaymentrequired.org/book, or reach out. I can give you my cell phone number, which is 248-252-7283. Hit me up, text me there. Always happy to have a conversation to help people get things across the finish line. Like I said, whether it's 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, never hesitate to reach out to me. In addition, let me give you a link to my calendar here. There we go. All right. To book a call. Now, we've got some bonus material for you. We are just finishing up our website right now, and we are looking for some help. So the name of our website is Own the Roof. Okay, now with this, we have a few publications. We just finished up our second book. We have 2 books. One, No Down Payment, No Problem. Comprehensive book teaching you all about these down payment assistance programs. Anyone that attends my webinar, you get these for free. Just shoot me a text with your email address and we will get these sent out to you. And this book just went live yesterday. No credit, no problem. And when I say went live, just hit the Amazon store. So anybody that needs help on the credit side, we are in tune with it. We know how to get people's credit scores up 60 points in 60 days routinely. So hit me up on my webinar on Saturday. We'll be happy to walk you through that. Now, this is our website, Own the Roof. We are actually doing a 100% educational platform to teach people about these different types of programs. We've got the book. We've got access to our app where you can book a free call, and how you can get to my Zero Down webinar and my credit repair webinar. Now, for those of you this evening, we are going to go, we're just finished up doing our course, No Down Payment Guide. Hit me up in the comments or send me a text, and I will give everybody free access to this class. All I am asking for is your input, okay? We want to make it better. So we figured, let's get it out there to the masses. Before we start selling this course, let's give it away for free to all the people that have been to my webinars and teach them how to do this on a methodical, step-by-step class basis. So I think there's like 25 or 26 videos, about 8 to 10 minutes each, teaching you every step of the process so you can get pre-approved. And we are currently working on a quick credit repair, credit score repair webinar as well too, and then how to structure the transactions is the next one. So very, very happy that we are progressing with these courses and this platform. So we're really excited to get the input. Please ignore the fees here. We're not charging for anything here. This is all free to people that have been through my webinars. We're not charging anything yet. Okay, so So we're looking for some constructive criticism on how we can improve what we're doing before we start selling. Okay, good. So please schedule that call with me. That's the first step. Okay. Check out the application. See what items are out. See what programs are available in your area. It doesn't cost you anything. Just go right to our website, Own the Roof, click the button, and there you are. Okay. All right. So actually, I apologize this evening. I am running a little bit late for an appointment. That's why I was kind of racing through here a little bit. But I wanted to make sure we got all of this information out to you. So I appreciate all of you carving out time on your Wednesday evening to watch this. So hope our paths cross again soon. Thanks for watching.